And here we go. And this is Heliconia rostrata. Fabulous. Again, bit picked there, but remember we have to look after the birds as well. And this is a young one. And it's fluffy. It has like hair on it. Many of these Heliconias do. This is going to be spectacular very shortly. It's a pink pineapple. And it'll shoot out and it'll be a little smaller than the pineapple we eat. Quite delicious too, but it's in pink. I'm Anthony Hunte. I'm in the wonderful island of Barbados at a plantation called Castle Grant, where I built Hunte's Gardens. Hunte's Gardens, we bought the land in 1990 and we opened the garden in 2007. There's a wonderful bird's nest fern. Again, self-seeded in the garden. So wonderful. And there is the bearded fig tree Barbados was named after, with the beard hanging. Here we have, this is a jatropha with the seeds, this bears red flowers, and that's a sealing wax palm. Delicious, because the bottom's green with stripes, then the top is that orangey red, and all the shoots coming up are going to be red. That comes from Singapore area. But grand, with the Liquala grandis, the Phoenix rubellini, the MacArthurs and all the palms, it just is amazing. And as you can't see it, but we can feel the humidity and it's damp. So wonderful for your skin. Barbados is a really, really healthy place to be. And with the plant material that we grow in this garden, I feel I'm on the best place to keep me doing it for several more years. So we'll see. What inspired me really was my grandmother, my mother's mother. Her name was Nellie Foster, and she lived in Belmont Road and was a great gardener herself. And from the time I was 4 years old, I can remember being with her and learning how to garden. And then she'd come and stay on the plantation where my dad and mum worked and lived, and it was just a great inspiration having her then show me how to put little plants that we'd rooted into the garden, and then finally how to blend plants together to have a design. So it made it quite easy for me to start a business, Hunte's Nurseries Limited, when I was 27. And then in 1990, I bought Castle Grant to move my nursery and then started Hunte's Gardens. And Hunte's Gardens was then opened in 2007. And plus the amazing canopy of the cabbage palm trees, amazing canopy, and I just simply love it. This group of lotus lilies, Imran brought the seeds from Guyana. It's white lotus, not flowering at the minute, but it's absolutely going to be marvelous. When the artist did my sign, I said, "Oh, what do you think we should put as a buzzword?" And she said, "Oh, I've been reading on the internet that it's a very enchanting place." So as not to upset my competition, but people in gardening fields all over Barbados, I didn't say garden. So my slogan is the most enchanting place on earth. And when people visit, that's what we try and live up to. Not only that it's a beautiful garden, and that I, my staff, including Imran, we just love it. And every day before we open, we look at everything to see what people are seeing and what they would like to see more of. So we create little bits. There are lovely seating areas in the garden, and people can have picnics and totally relax. Well over 100 years old, some of them 150, 160 years old, and remember they're called cabbage palms, with the tiniest seeds. Although they're so large, they're not like the coconut. The coconut is the seed of the coconut palm, and they're big with water and juice and jelly and coconut, that we make the coconut milk. But these have tiny little seeds, but yet vast in size. But they're hollow as plants, but they don't blow up in the wind because they release their leaves. And when the seeds burst and the flowers come out, there are masses of bees up in the top there, and sometimes you can just hear them singing away in the tops of the trees. The people that visit the garden are not necessarily people, because there's a big cross-section, so they're not necessarily people that know or want to know individual names. What they want to do is to feel the place. And you create an environment when you're building a garden for everybody. So you try to grow things that have smell. And then you also try to do things that have impact visually with great color and color combinations that blend. And also many of the flowers attract things like hummingbirds. They attract the banana quit, and so you've got then the nature of the birds and the little flowers, or the big flowers like heliconia, sexy pink, and rostrata, and then you've got, of course, the big palms. The big palms really were the reason I built this garden, because they create this amazing cathedral effect. Unfortunately, they give a bit too much shade. But what you do is you grow things under them that need shade and also will flower in the shade. These are philodendrons, and it's a glorious one. Not indigenous to Barbados, but doing like if it's indigenous. And this is our little woods. And this is how a lot of it used to be. But now we're pulling it under cultivation with things like anthuriums. And this one has the most amazing smell, this pink one. Delicious. Also, this area is really grand for seeing the overall garden again from a different aspect. And of course the woods are amazing. And in the evening the lights come through and it's superb.